Okay. So, uh, starting today's class, today we will discuss about a very important and for you maybe new kind of topic. That is, we will see in Oracle how we can uh, provide, how we can use the concepts of programming. Okay, we have done several types of programming, maybe C, C++, working Python, and all that. In Oracle, there are provision where we can apply somewhat our programming language, somewhat our programming concepts, and that is basically known as PLSQL. So PLSQL is a provision where we get some opportunity and use the programming concepts over there. So there are several uh, options in Oracle under PLSQL, like known as stored procedure, functions, like functions what we have created several functions in our other programming languages. Here also we can create functions. So stored procedures, functions, and another very important thing is cursor. Like in programming languages, we can uh, apply some exception handling mechanism where some exception, how our program will behave in some exceptional situation, that will be determined. Here also in Oracle under PLSQL, we can apply this exception handling mechanism. So in that way, we can say that PLSQL is basically a provision where we can apply uh, some of the concepts of programming uh, in Oracle. So today we will start with how to create stored procedure in Oracle. Stored procedure means basically more than one SQL statements clubbed together. Okay, stored procedure means more than one SQL statements clubbed together, and it will be saved in your Oracle, and you can use it. You can reuse it when it is necessary. That is basically the concept is here more than one SQL statements are clubbed together, saved by a name. We call it procedure. It will be saved in your Oracle engine and memory, and it will be, you can use it whenever it is necessary. So you can execute it whenever it is necessary. So that is basically the concept of stored procedure. We will see today about the stored procedure. So let us start with the stored procedure. Uh, though in the heading it is written stored procedure and function, but today we will not go through the function. We will only see what is stored procedure. In our next class, we will see how to use functions and all that. Now, the basic concept is same. In functions also, the basic concept is same. In other programming languages, the concept of function, and here also the concept of function is same. We will see in the next class. That is, today we will going through the stored procedure. We will go through the stored procedure. So basically, this procedure and functions, whatever you say, all these are subprograms. And as I told you, it can be saved in the database as database objects. So in general, these procedures, functions, everything will be known as database objects. So they can be called or referred inside the other blocks also. That means, suppose you have written one stored procedure and you can call it from another stored procedure. That is the concept is. And equally it is same as, I mean, it is same applicable for the function also. So it can be called or referred inside other blocks also. So that is basically this procedure or function, whatever you say. Now, there are some parameters, there are some terminologies, what you have to know before going to these PLSQL subprograms. So basically, first of all is parameter. Now, what is parameter? You know because you have a very good programming concept. I know. So obviously, you know what is parameter. So parameter is variable or placeholder of any valid PLSQL data type through which the PLSQL subprogram exchange the values with the main code. So basically, here also data types are there. Here also parameters will be passed whenever we are calling a function and all that. Even in the for the procedure also some parameter will be needed. Now parameter do what? It basically used as a variable, a placeholder where some values are kept. So here also parameter is that. Now, when this parameter should be defined, obviously during the creation of the procedure or function. Now, these parameters included uh, the calling statement of the subprograms to interact the values with the subprogram. So these are the very basic thing we know. The data type of the parameter in the subprogram and the calling statement should be same. Obviously, if your data type in the parameter is integer and you are calling your calling statement from the calling statement from where you are calling it, if the value is something else, then obviously there will be some data type mismatch and it will get an error. So obviously the things are same. We know this. Now the size of the data type should not mention the time of the parameter declaration, as the size is dynamic for this type. So that is another thing. The size of the data type should not mention at the time of the parameter declaration, as the size is dynamic for this type. So this is something you can keep in your mind. Size tab we should not mention during the declaration. It is dynamic. So based on their purpose, parameters are classified as three types. This is important. Three types. One is in parameter. So some parameter after declaring the parameter name, you have to write whether you have to specify whether it is in parameter, out parameter, or in out parameter. In parameter means you will take values through those parameters. Out parameter, you will display some values. In out parameter, the same parameter which will be used for taking some value, which will be again used for displaying some value. So this is the difference: in parameter, out parameter, and in out parameter. So there are three types of parameters. Now, what is in parameter? As I told you, it is written. You see, these parameters is used for giving input to the subprograms. It is a read-only variable inside the subprograms. Their values cannot be changed inside the subprogram, as because these parameters are you are only use it for the taking values from the user. So it is in parameter. So there is no need to change the values of this kind of parameters. So that's why it is written and that their values cannot change inside the subprogram. So that is basically in parameter. Then what is out parameter? Now out parameter, now it is written, it is given an example like that. In the calling statement, these parameters can be variable or a literal value or an expression. For example, it could be arithmetic expression like this, where A and B are variables. By default, parameters are of int type. Now that is also very important. By default, if you are not declaring the type of the parameter, you are only declaring the parameter name. By default, it will be int type. So again, some short question can come from here. That what is the default type of the parameters in PLSQL procedure or function? So it is in. Default is int type. Next is out parameter. So this parameter is used for getting output from the subprogram. So it is a read-write variable inside the subprogram. Values can be changed inside the subprogram. Obviously, in out, if it is out parameter, if it is written out parameter, so you can change the values of these kind of parameters inside the subprogram. Now, in the calling statement, this parameter should always be a variable to hold the value from the current subprograms. Next is inout parameter. Now, this inout parameter, it can be used for both. Inout parameters can be used for both, as I told you. Inout parameter can be used for both, as because inout parameter, this parameter is used for both giving input and for getting output from the subprograms. It is read-write variable inside the subprogram. Their values can be changed inside the subprograms. In the calling statement, this parameter should always be a variable to hold value from subprograms. So this parameter type should be mentioned at the time of creating the subprogram. So that is basically in, out, and in out. So whenever in a stored procedure you are declaring a variable, you have to mention the type of the variable. That is very important. You have to mention the type of the variable, whether it is in, out, or in, out. Now that plan you should have in your mind before creating the uh, your stored procedure or your function or whatever. You have to make a plan that how you will going to use it. Now another statement is return. Now this return is the keyword that instructs, what is return actually. So basically return is the keyword that instructs the compiler to switch the control from the subprogram to the calling statement. In subprogram, return simply means that the control needs to exit from the subprogram, and once the controller finds return keyword in the subprogram, the code after this will be skipped. Now what happens mainly, normally the parent or main block will call the subprograms, and then the control will shift from those parent block to the called subprogram. It is, how it happens, how it goes. So return in the subprogram will return the control back to their parent block. In the case of functions, return statement also returns the value. The data type of this value is always mentioned at the time of the function declaration. All these things. So data type can be of any valid PLSQL data type. So that is the thing. Now this is the basic about the stored procedure and all that. So now let us see how we can create it and all that. So basically, now if we can come to the what is procedure, exactly what is procedure is. So a procedure in PLSQL is a subprogram unit that consists of a group of PLSQL statements that can be called by name. As I told you, it's basically a saved clubbed PLSQL statements. Now each procedure in the programming, in the PLSQL has its own unique name by which it can be referred and be called. প্রত্যেকটা প্রসিডিউর একটা নাম থাকবে, সেই নামেই ওটাকে সেভ হবে, এবং you cannot create duplicate procedure until and unless you are dropping the previous one. So that is the way. So this subprogram unit in the Oracle database is stored as database object. Now there are some characteristics of procedure subprogram unit in the PLSQL. Like procedures are standalone blocks of a program that can be stored in the database. It is standalone. It is not dependent on any other subprogram. It can be created standalone. Now call to these PLSQL procedures can made by referring to their name to execute the PLSQL statements. আমরা ওদের নাম দিয়ে execute statement execute, then procedure name দিয়ে আমরা ওকে call করতে পারি, and it will be executed. It mainly used to execute a process in PLSQL. Now because we'll create a procedure, we'll create a process, going to create a process. So it can have nested blocks, or it can be defined and nested inside the other blocks or packages. As I told you, it contains declaration part, execution part, exception handling part. There are 3 parts mainly. Now among them, declaration part is optional, but still for our theory to know that declaration part, execution part, exception handling part, there are 3 parts basically. Now the values can be passed on into Oracle procedure or fetched from the procedure through parameters. যে প্যারামিটার গুলো নিয়ে এতক্ষণ আমরা কথা বললাম। Next, this parameter should be included in the calling statement. Now these parameters আমরা include করব কোথায়? Calling statement. A procedure in SQL can have a return statement to return the control to the calling block, but it cannot return any values to the return statement. Now that is very important to understand. Procedure কিন্তু কোনো value actually return করে না. Some values it can be displayed. You can get some values from procedure, but unlike function actually, function যখন আমরা দেখব সেখানে আমরা দেখব return, কিন্তু এখানে procedure কিন্তু actually কোনো value return করে না. We will see that. Another thing is to remember that procedures cannot be called directly from select statements. They can be called from another block through exec keyword. Okay, procedure কে কিন্তু select statement যদি মনে করো select statement দিয়ে আমি একটা procedure কে run করাবো, you cannot run it. So what you have to do, you have to run it through the exec keyword. Execute keyword দিয়ে তোমাকে run করতে হবে. So that is the thing. So আমরা এতক্ষণ যেগুলো এগুলো দেখলাম এগুলো প্রসিডিওর এবং প্রসিডিওর ক্রিয়েশনের আগে যে থিওরি এন্ড অল দ্যাট, যেটা খুব জানা দরকার, যেগুলো না জানলে আমরা প্রসিডিওর ক্রিয়েট করতে পারবো না, তো আমরা সেগুলো নিয়ে আলোচনা করব। আশা করি এই অবধি তোমাদের ঠিকই আছে। কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকলে বলতে পারো। নেক্সট আমরা আরেকটা কিওয়ার্ডই বলতে পারো, সেটা নিয়ে আমরা একটু আলোচনা করব বিফোর গোয়িং টু দি অ্যাকচুয়ালি creating the procedure. Set server output. This is a command and very important command. Set space দিয়ে server output. Now this command actually specifies that whether we are willing to display some message in our standard output device in Oracle. Again, I'm telling you, this set server output, this command specifies whether we are willing to display some message in our standard output. Actually, what happens in PLSQL, if we have to display something, we have to call the package dbms_output, and it helps us to display some message in our standard output device that is generally monitored. So by default, this provision is set off. By default is set server output, এটা off করা থাকে. So before displaying some message, what you have to do, you have to switch it on. তোমাকে এটা অন করে নিতে হবে এই ফ্যাসিলিটিটা, otherwise your stored procedure will not display anything on the screen. So that's why setting server output on is very important. So when it is on, it specifies that messages in the message buffer are redirected to standard output, and when it is off, it specifies that messages in the message buffer are not redirected to standard output. As simple as that. So before creation of any stored procedure, you have to switch it on. That is the thing. Now this is in front of you. This is the syntax of procedure. Here at first line, if you concentrate, it is basically written as create or replace procedure. Now why we are using these two statements, create or replace? That means create. Suppose we want to create a procedure. Now we don't know whether by the same name another procedure is present in that SQL engine or not. So to be safer side, what we will do, we will write create or replace procedure. It will be created if the same name, if there is no other procedure in the same name, and it will be replaced if there is another procedure in the same name, by the same name. So that is the aim is. So create or replace procedure. Now you can only write create procedure if you are confident enough that there is no other process by in the same name. So you can only write create. So that is not problem. So create or replace procedure, then you will specify the procedure name by the name, that name by which you want to call it in future. So procedure name. Then the parameters, required parameters, what you want to use, and the specification, whether it is in or out parameter, and their data type. Okay. Then this in or as, whatever you can see, this is or as, sorry, this is or as, these are again keyword. You have to write it. Is or as, after declaration of the parameters with their types and all that, you have to write is or as. And then some declaration part will begin. Declaration part will be there. If there is some declaration is needed, that means suppose if you want to set some values to 0, some parameter values to 0 initially and all that, and these things. So declaration part is will be there. Then begin. Begin is another keyword. You have to write it. Begin. Under the begin part, your execution part, whatever your procedure will going to do, will go to, that is the execution part will be there. Then if there is some exception handling part, we'll write that exception handling part over there under the exception keyword. All these are keyword. Begin, exception, these are keyword. If there is no exception, then you can skip this exception part. Then the end section, end semicolon. And if you run it, or if you make a slash, put a slash after this, so your procedure will be created. It will be shown that your procedure is created by the Oracle engine. So this is basically the basic syntax, and after that you have to run it. So before that it is written, you can see, create procedure instructs the compiler to create new procedure in the Oracle. Keyword or replace instructs the compiler to replace the existing procedure, if any, with the current one. So procedure name should be unique. Now keyword is, if you can see, there is or as. Now keyword is will be used when the stored procedure in Oracle is nested into some other blocks. And if the procedure is standalone, then as will be used. Now this is again what you have to keep in your mind, that is will be used when the stored procedure in Oracle is nested in some other block. যদি আরেকটা ব্লকের মধ্যে আরেকটা stored procedure এর মধ্যে এই stored procedure-টা থাকে, in that case you should use keyword is. And if this procedure is standalone, you are creating a standalone procedure. Today we will mostly create only the standalone procedure. So you will create standalone procedure. So you will use as per the theory. But other than this, it is basically the same meaning. Now, as I have told you, that is to redirect the messages in the DBMS underscore output message buffer, because DBMS underscore output is the, because if you want to print something here, you have to write what? You have to write this DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line, and in bracket the message DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line, and in bracket the message with the quotation and all that. So this DBMS underscore output message buffer supposed to redirect, we want to redirect some messages in the DBMS underscore output message buffer. It's basically a message buffer where some messages are stored temporarily. So you have to specify the set server output on, and this put procedure adds some partial lines to the DBMS underscore output message buffer. Suppose here, when this greetings, this is a procedure, you see the procedure name is greetings. Create or replace procedure name is greetings. So when this greetings procedure will run, because of the set server output on, you have to on the set server output. Set server output তোমাকে on করে নিতে হবে before going to run it. The text stored in the DBMS underscore output message buffer, it will be displayed. If your set server output is off, it will not be displayed. As simple as that. So how you will run it? You will create it like that. Create or replace a very simple procedure. First procedure. Create or replace procedure greetings as we have used. You see the keyword as we have used as because it's a standalone procedure. It is not any sub procedure. So that's why you have used as. Now under the begin statement, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. This is hello world and end and execute returns. That is the thing is. So you can write it and you can check it. Our first stored procedure. So and write it like that. So create or replace. It is a good habit to use replace keyword with create keyword because we don't know if there is any procedure presence or not. So create or replace greetings. Okay. Then the next statement, the next thing is as is our keyword. Okay. Oh, create or replace procedure. You have to specify what is it. It's a procedure. That's the problem here. Create or it is better if you can use some other editor. There you write it and you can copy paste it. That will be helpful sometimes. But sometimes you have to keep in your mind that quotations are important. Quotations are quotation অনেক সময় error create করে. So create or replace procedure greetings. Okay, greetings. Greetings is the name of the procedure. Now as then I suppose begin will come because begin is the keyword again, like as begin is the keyword begin. Then I simply dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and here I want to display some message. Suppose I want to give this message, so I will put semicolon. Semicolon will be important, and then end semicolon. So this is our stored procedure. I have create or replace procedure greetings because I don't know actually whether in the same name some procedure is present in this SQL engine or not. So that for the safer side, I will use replace. Then as I have used, as keyword I have used as because it's a standalone procedure. So I have used as, otherwise I will use in. Then begin, then dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. This dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, you can understand this is a message buffer where this message, whatever message I want to give, I want to display, that will be stored over here. Now I have, remember, I have not written a set server output on yet. So let's see what happens. আমি আগের দিন করেছিলাম set server output on টা. So let's see what happens. So basically the procedure is created. You see the procedure created. This message is coming. Procedure is created. Now we have to run it. Now we have to run it. So to run it, the thing is execute greetings. You have to write execute greetings, sometimes exec greetings. So I'm writing exec greetings. Let us see. You see here, as still now I have not uh, uh, on set server output. So by default it is off. So you see the message is not displaying here. You can see it very clearly. It is showing whenever I have written execute greetings. So it is showing PLSQL procedure successfully completed. That means in your procedure there is no problem. Even if your procedure has some problem, এখানে তোমাকে দেখাতো procedure creation না বলে তোমাকে দেখাতো procedure created with some compilation error, procedure created with some error and all that, সেটা তোমাকে show করতো। এখানে procedure created, কোনো error message আমরা পাইনি, so procedure has been created, very fine. execute greetings করার পরে PLSQL procedure successfully completed, that means procedure has been executed, but still we have not got this message. Why? Because আমি set server output on করিনি। তো আমি যদি এখানে এবার set server outputটা on করি, and now আমি যদি ওই exec greetings টাকে আরেকবার চালাই, okay, sorry, I have made a mistake. It's spelling exec greetings spelling. You see, now it is showing you the message, welcome to PLSQL class. So you see the difference clearly, you can see the difference. তুমি set server output on করোনি, তখন যখন তুমি করছিলে তখন তোমাকে এই আউটপুটটা ওয়েলকাম টু PLSQL ক্লাস এই মেসেজটা তোমার এই exec greetings দেখাচ্ছিল না। এক্সিকিউট করলে, প্রসিডিউর এক্সিকিউট করলে দেখাচ্ছিল না, তোমাকে দেখাচ্ছিল যে প্রসিডিউরটা সাকসেসফুলি কমপ্লিটেড হয়েছে, বাট তোমাকে দেখাচ্ছিল না এই মেসেজটা। বাট তুমি যখন সেট সার্ভার আউটপুট অন করলে, তুমি যখন এখানে সেট সার্ভার আউটপুট অন করলে এবং তারপরে যখন EXEC গ্রিটিংস করলে, so now you can see this message is displayed. So that is the difference. That is how you have to run PLSQL procedures and all that. So this is a very basic PLSQL procedure what we have seen. Now we will see some more PLSQL procedures and all that. Try to understand what is this thing, how it works in most specific way. So hope you can understand how you have to run it. So now suppose you want to delete, suppose you want to delete a standalone procedure. Suppose you have created it, now you want to delete it. So for deleting is very simple. Deleting is very simple. If you want to delete a PLSQL procedure, so simply you write drop procedure, the procedure names, procedure name, drop procedure name. So here our procedure name is greetings. So I want to drop this greetings procedure. So simply I've dropped it. So procedure is dropped. Now whenever you will try to execute it, you see, will show you that the procedure, you see, greetings must be declared. It is saying that greetings must be declared. That's because you have dropped it. Now there is no procedure in the name of greetings. You have dropped it. So it is showing you greetings must be declared. So this is the thing. So now see another procedure. Now here it is written, you see, create or replace procedure. The procedure name is something like welcome message. Now parameter name is known as, এখানে আমরা variable এর নাম দিয়েছি p underscore name, any name you can give, p underscore name. It is an int type variable. You have specified that it is an int type variable and its data type is varchar2. And you see, I have not specified any size. As I told you, this size will be declared, I mean, it will be assigned dynamically. So here in PLSQL, there is no need to assign any size, okay, of the parameters. So create or replace procedure. Procedure name is welcome message. Any name you can give. Parameter name is p underscore name. It is int type parameter. Data type is varchar2. Now here I have used is. I have not used as. Actually, this is and as, it is, you can use it alternatively. You can use is also, you can use as also. Now this is again a standalone procedure. Now you can question me, you can ask me, sir, why I have used is. So as because is or as is actually equivalent, there is no such hard difference between this. Conventionally we use for the standalone procedure as, and for the normal procedure it is and all like that. So if you see standalone procedure, it was as. Now এখানে আবার standalone procedure আমরা is use করছি, it will run, no problem. So you can use it alternatively. Conventionally তুমি ওইটা follow করতে পারো, otherwise it is alternative, you can use it. So there is no such problem. Now what you have done it, under the begin section, again dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, I have written welcome, then used pipe sign, then p name. Now p name with whatever message will give in the pname, that will be appended with this welcome message. So it will be shown welcome such and such, and end. So when you will run it, we'll run it exec welcome underscore message. Then what is the value we want to pass to our parameter, that particular thing. So that is, it will show, it should show welcome MCA first year. So like that. So let us try to run this. So some time is very short here. So do one thing. I'm coming to the next session, because this session is will be ended. I won't be able to complete the remaining time. So come to the next session. Join in the next session, where we will create this procedure and we will continue from there. Okay, come to the next session, please.